Hey guys, this is Davey Langit and today's song in focus is Handa Na.
Hello, Sifters. You are listening to the Song in Focus podcast where we dive deep into your favorite tracks. I'm Denice Lau.
Hi, and I'm Acel, and in today's episode, we will be talking about a fresh new love song entitled Handa Na. This track was released last September 9 and is our guest's latest single, inspired by his true love, Denice. Yee! Our guest today is an incredibly talented singer-songwriter and instrumentalist who kicked off his career during the first season of Pinoy Dream Academy in 2006 and has many popular songs like Cool Off with Yang Constantino, the Filipino favorite and huge hit Selfie Song in collaboration with Jamich, and his award-winning song Paratingin Mo Na Siya that has earned the first runner-up spot in the 2015 edition of the Philippine Popular Music Festival, or Philpop. So let's all welcome Mr. Davey Langit. Welcome to Song in Focus.
Hi guys, hi Denise.
Welcome!
Hi Acel. Thank you for having me.
Yan, nakalimutan kong sabihin sa kanyang introduction. Sobrang importante. Sobrang pina-follow ko to. Pina-follow ko to sa TikTok. At sobrang natutuwa ako pag napapanood ko yung mga post niya doon, no? If you can follow him then, I am Davey Lang, no, sa TikTok. So, ang dami niyo matututunan at mapapangiti pa kayo sa mga pinagsusulat niya doon at pinagkakanta.
Mga songwriting tips, lahat na. So, very
Oh,
interesting.
sobrang ganda. Yup. Okay, start
So,
na tayo.
actually, fun fact, bago tayo mag-start fully, we're recording this. Usually, alam naman ng mga listeners natin na we record ahead eh. So, we're recording this on the day of the song release for fun lang. Kasi this is the first time we're doing it na talagang kung kailan nag-drop yung kanta, doon natin sila i-interviewin. So, sobrang exciting today. So, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you. Sobrang ganda ng song.
Salamat.
Love
Napanood namin.
it.
And congratulations on many things. I think, like the song says a lot about where you are right now in your life. And we're excited to hear about that today. So, what is Handa Na? Parang tungkol ba siya saan? Like, real life feelings ba to? Obviously. Pero like, hindi. Obviously tuloy. No? Ano, kidding. Nagtanong ka pa, di ba? Hindi, joke lang. Hindi kasi kung pinanood niyo yung music video, parang feeling ko may idea ako. Pero sige, tingnan natin. Baka tama naman, baka mali yung hula ko. So, what is Handa Na? What is it about? What's the real story behind it?
Okay. Handa Na is actually a song that I wrote for my wife. Siya talagang kasi as a musician, as a songwriter, I think yun yung pinaka-ultimate na pwede mong ibigay na regalo eh. Bukod sa magandang future at magandang lahi. Hindi, joke lang.
Love the confidence.
Yun kasi kasi si Therese, she's also a songwriter. Isa siya sa mga prime movers ng Bispop or yung Visayas popular music naman, which is a very very huge movement sa Cebu and in the Visayas and Mindanao region. So ayun, just so happen na kami yung nagkatuluyan and ayun, sinulat ko para sa kanya yung song na ito kasi I think most songs that are written for weddings or most songs that are written for loved ones talk about yung alam mo yung Hollywood hot pink fireworks kind of love na I'm so madly in love with you. No one actually talks about the readiness of diving into this new chapter eh. It's a new chapter. Hindi biro ang kasi ako matagal ako bago nagpasyang kasal. Matagal. Kasi
ako sa parang like
here's the thing. Most of my friends would be the first to tell you na I'm not the marrying type. Parang kahit ako hindi ko in-expect na mangyayari to. Kasi akala ko lang noon I'm just gonna go out there, do music, date people, and never settle down. Chillax lang, parang ganon. Pero, meron palang ibang plano yung universe. So, ayun, Handa Na is about the readiness talaga of someone. Kasi, hindi natatouch upon yun eh. Yung kahandaan ng isang tao sa lahat ng facet ng buhay niya bago siya sumuong dun sa tinatawag nilang dagat ng legal slavery. O ano, o,
Dagat na
Parang ang sarap i-add sa vows yan.
Pambira.
Ngayon, napupunta tayo sa dagat ng legal slavery. Handa ka naman magpakaalipin sa akin, gano'n.
dagat ng legal slavery yun.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So yeah, yun. Readiness talaga. I think, kasi hindi lang siya, I mean, let's face it, kailangan financially ready ka. Hindi ka pwede mag-asawa kasi kung dati, pwede ka mag-take out ng pang sarili mo lang, ngayon, kung iniisip mo na pang dalawa, kung mag-grocery ka, pang dalawa na. Lahat pang dalawa na. Tapos pagka biniyayaan na kayo ng mga kids, ayan na, iba na namang chapter yan. Iba na naman. So, yun siya eh. Readiness lahat. Financially, emotionally, mentally, actually. Napakalaking bagay nun. Ako, Diyos ko, nung araw ng kasal ko, yun yata yung pinaka-tense na moment ng buhay ko. Talagang nanginginig yung mga buhay ko. Oh, totoo. Parang, siya eh. Pero yun na nga, once na nandun ka na, you realize na handa ka eh. When you know, you know. So, ayun, I think yun yung...
Ito na to.
Oo. Yun na, siya na to. So, yung, alam mo na ito yung taong gusto mong pagising mo sa umaga, siya kung ano mo makikita. So, ayun, matagal akong nag-decide para gawin ito. Kasi right now, I am already 36 years old. Relatively old for pero darating din pala para sa akin. So, para panahon lang. Para sa mga nanonood na antayin nyo lang, baka na traffic. Parating na yun. Traffic lang.
Pwede ba ako magtanong ng personal question dito?
Go.
So, kasi kaka-engage lang yan eh. Kaya yan nagtatanong. Kasi engage yan.
So lahat ng sinasabi mo, financially, mentally, emotionally, my God, I feel it to my bones. Okay. So, nakakatawa. Yung mag-edit nito, fiancé ko, so naririnig mo ba to? So, sige, mag-lecture ka lang, Davey, kung paano mag-ready. Baka matuto kami. Seminar pala to, no?
Kasi maririnig niya to kasi siya mag-edit.
Ayun.
Oo, siya mag-edit. Ayun, di ba? So, paano mo nalamang handa ka na? Na ito na. Baka lang magka-idea si Acel tumatawa. Ayun. Ikaw, Acel, kwento mo din, paano mo nalaman na handa ka na?
Mamaya na ako. Siya si Davey na. Sa focus sessions na natin yan. Si Davey muna ngayon.
Oo. Pero paano mo nalaman?
Teka ha. I think, I can sum it up down to one word. It's peace. Payapa yung pakiramdam. Kasi ang akala ko, at ang akala ng marami, kung ano yung napapanood mo sa rom-com na, alam mo yun, yung, I'm so madly in love. Ito, hindi ko kayang mabuhay nang wala ka. Hindi ka nun yun. I think it's more peace. When I'm with her, it's peaceful. Yung payapa, mahinahon, yung damdamin ko. And I think,
parang at home.
Oo, parang tahanan mo siya. Yan. Tahanan ng puso mo ang kanyang mga bisig. Oh, that's beautiful.
Kanta na yan.
Diba?
So, balik ka with a melody next time. So, naalala niyo yung dating interview. Ito na siya. Ang ganda nun.
Mahinahon eh. Kasi, siya eh. Kasi, di ba, ang pakiramdam nga ng marami, celebratory fireworks. It's the calmness of being with that person.
Alam mo, agree ako dyan. Bigla nakifocus.
So, akala ko ba, Acel, mamaya? Pwede naman. Minsan lang to na tatlo tayo nakaka-relate sa isang topic kasi may ibang stages. Ikakasal, bagong kasal, ilang taon ng kasal. O, di ba?
Yan.
Tapos later, meron tayong listener, bata pa. So, ano kayang nasa isip, di ba? Di ba? Sige nga, Acel, bilang taon kinasal. Ilang years ka nang married?
18. 18 years na
Magdedebut na yung
Magdedebut na yung marriage
18 roses, okay.
Nung with Danny, parang, nung pagkasama ko siya, parang sobrang at home ako. Parang hindi ko kailangang, kasi diba minsan meron kang kasama, diba, gusto mo yung guy or parang aligaga ka or something na parang kailangan mong, parang palagi kang na to please that person or basta hindi ka peace eh. Pero itong person na to, if I'm with this person, kahit hindi pa kami nun sobrang comfortable ako. Sobrang I can say whatever. I can be I can be myself. And that siya din. Tapos minsan kahit tahimik lang kami, diba, kasi kaibigan ko siya. Kupo lang kami, wala nagsasalita. Pero sobrang akong comfortable.
Okay lang.
So parang alam kong ito na to. Kinilig bigla. Okay, next.
Naging ano pala, naging counselor si Davey.
Naging
Sharing lang siya.
Sharing.
Hindi, pero ako naman nag-agree ako dun sa, yung at peace. Yung mahinahon. Yung parang kasi ako, alam mo naman, napamagit ko kay Acel. Hindi naman may commitment issues, pero medyo ganun ako as a person. Like, I'm really afraid of long contracts, long things. Kasi, I'm a person who changes my mind yearly on, like, I'm a very, like, jump on the next adventure kind. Alam mo yan, pag may dumating na opportunity, creative project, whatever, or ma-feel mong may kaya kang gawin, you just wanna go with it and detour. So, it feels like marriage might cage me because it feels like there's commitment. But then ako, I found someone who is willing to dive on that adventure with me. And now, all of a sudden, hindi na nakakatakot tumalon. So, kaya nga yung ina-edit tong song on focus kasi isa to sa mga tinalunan ko. Tapos, pinupush niya. Pero anyway, ayun. So, nagigets ko yung sinasabi mong mahinahon. Pero gusto natin bumalik at
going back to the song. Malito
yung love yung topic.
Session na tayo. Oo nga hindi dapat.
Nasira yung format namin. Off script.
Nasisira.
Masaya.
Okay, so going back to the song. Ayan, going back to the song, no? Like, can you like share yung process? Like, I know naman it's about you were inspired by theories and but with regards to like the melody, the concept, the arrangement, kasi napansin ko I'm not really technical with regards to music na hindi kasi ako aral. Pero when I was listening to the song, yung chorus hindi ko inaasahan. I mean melody-wise. Bigla siyang either nag-iba ba ng key or nag-minor ba siya or parang sa iba siya dumating kasi parang yung utak ko is going somewhere and then bigla siyang gumanon. Parang gano'n, hindi ko siya inasahan. Yung first time I heard I heard your song. So can you share the process?
Okay. Usually kahit na anong kanta naman, I start with the concept. Yun yung number one. Kasi yun yung pinaka-anchor ng song. Kasi sa palagay ko, sa pakiwari ko, lahat ng kanta nasulat na. So you just have to find a new angle, a refreshing angle to tell your story. So yun, kaya handa na. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, hindi siya masyadong napag-uusapan Puro I love you, ganito. Pero yung kahandaan, hindi masyado. So handa na. Yun yung pinaka-anchor ng lahat ng ito. And then, with the melody and yung lyrics niya, ang approach ko was mas narrative na nagkukwento lang sa kung ano yung nangyari. Kasi the first line of the song is, hindi ko na hinanap, niwala na sa hinagap na darating pa ang araw na ito. Yun. Kasi, yun nga, ako, parehas kami ni Denice, medyo, may commitment issues din ako Kasi nga, mabilis lang to, kasi I come from a broken family. Hiwalay ang parents ko.
Same, twinsies.
Hiwalay ang parents ko. Kaya parang, akala ko hindi magre-resurface yung na yon, yung trauma na yon sa akin. Yeah. Pero nung mas tumanda ako, biglang mas meron pala na hindi ko alam na gano'n. Mas yun pala yung manifestation niya na hindi ako ready palagi to commit to something this big. Kaya nga nung nangyari to na yun. So anyway, going back. Guitar player kasi ako. So yung pinaka chord pattern ng verses niya is very descending lang. So D over C sharp, B minor, A, G, pababa. Parang pakwento lang yung sinasabi niyo nagbago yung parang I think kung di ako nagkakamali, there are 3 key changes in the song. Kasi from D to, pwede ko bang kunin yung gitara ko?
Sige, better. Oo, para you can show.
Okay. So, first part is, Baba lang.
Bababa.
Baba. Baba. Yan lang, basic D. Nasa D. Ang pinaka first shift niya is nung pre-chorus. Ano to? Lento na ako, magpatangay na lang sa alon. Kung saan man mapagpaday, dun ako. Dahil sa dami ng nakita, mga pusong di nagkatagpo. This is B flat. Inisip kong di para sa akin to. Balik ng D. Balik ulit. Ngunit ang bawat pangamba, ang bawat takot ko at duda ay nawala. Nung narito ka na.
Tapos iba ulit.
Akala mo babalik ng D.
Oo, kala ko babalik ng D.
Pero ang key na sumunod is B major. Pero ang first chord ko is number 3. Ako'y handa na. Ang puso ito ay handa na. Namapa sa iyo. Tapos balik ka ng D. Habang buhay. So,
kaya nga sabi ko, wow, parang naano ako dun eh. Kasi sa iba pupunta yung utak ko, biglang pumunta sa iba. Let's see.
Noon pa man, kasi maganda siya especially for folk ballad sort of songs. Maganda yung kwento ng pag-shift ng key eh. Pero kailangan umuwi ka. Kailangan umuwi siya sa umuwi ka sa D. Balik ka sa una. Ganun lagi. It adds to the depth of the storytelling. And this is not to say na kung susulat ka ng talagang purely G, D, E minor silang hindi maganda nilalabas dahil meron naman. Pero I think
ako ganun lang ako.
Pero it adds
si Acel magko-comment sabi ko. Hindi, pero nabanggit mo kasi na, di ba nabanggit mo na it adds for depth. And for you, what did it add to the message and to the story? Like, for our listeners who aren't songwriters and musicians, so what Acel was sharing is really more of like, parang may mga unexpected melodic changes. Usually, you know, when you hear pop songs, guys, and choruses, diba, alam mo na kung saan pupunta, kung kailan katatalon sa bar, yung mga ganun, alam mo na.
Kung saan yung drop.
Yun talaga. Kung saan yung drop na, wow, tapos taas mo na yung kamay mo, diba? Like, alam mo when it's time to sing along. But then, with Davey's song, when you guys listen to it again, you'd feel that sense of detour in the melodic changes, diba? And we agree that it added depth. But on a more story level, on a more, what emotion did it add to what you were saying?
I think
it changed to a lower register, ganyan.
I think it's it takes your listener into this journey eh. Sinasama mo sila dun sa paglakbay mo dun sa kanta. Kasi, parang kang sinesway. Parang sinesway lang. Na Tapos, it also adds to the mystery na yung kanta, papakinggan niya. Kasi, di ba may tayo na pag predictable yung pumapasok na lyrics or melody, parang, nalilig ko na yan dati. Since ibang kanta before. Pero once na nagbago ka kasi ng key or kahit nagay ka ng yung hindi nila inaasahang syncopate or whatnot, ganun, na
interesting.
Nagiging interesting sa kanila yung kanta. Tapos yun, in terms of delivering the message of the song, I think since nagbago yung key, di ba, the verses and also yung pre-chorus nung kanta talked about yung nagdududa ka pa eh. Pero bago na siya. Nung bago na yung key, yung pakiramdam mo handaan. So, it's a transition. It's a transition from yung doubts in your life. Tapos, pupunta na siya dun sa, okay, I'm sure I am going to marry you and spend the rest of my life. So, yeah.
Nice. Ang ganda-ganda talaga.
So, wait, yung handa na, babalik ako dun sa, kasi you mentioned, you wrote it to talk about yun, readiness nga, diba? But when did you write it? Did you write it before proposing? Did you write it when you got married? Or after you got married? Like when you were reflecting on the whole wedding? Yun.
The concept was already in my head for a very long time. Mula nung parang nag-iisip na akong mag-propose sa kanya. Nasa isip ko na siya, pero hindi ko pa alam. Kasi ganoon akong klaseng writer. Parang kung minamarinate mo muna sa ulo mo lahat bago ko isulat. Kasi pagka pakiramdam ko hilaw pa sa isip ko, hindi ako uupo para magsulat. Kasi kailangan alam ko na yung sasabihin ko sa bawat ano. So, okay, sa first part na to, kasi crucial sa akin yung first line lagi. Pag nakuha ko na yung first line ko at pag alam ko na yung concept ko at alam ko yung first line ko, most likely alam ko na yung gagawin ko sa kanta. So, very powerful kasi for me ang first line eh. So, yun yung first line. Hindi ko na hinanap, ni wala na sa hinagap, na darating pa ang araw na ito. Yun pa lang, that actually encapsulates the whole feeling of the song na hindi mo na in-expect pero dumating. Parang ganon. So, to answer your question, sinulat ko siya ng palihim. Siyempre, ayoko baka mamaya madinig niya, di ba? Magkasama kami or ano. I mean, hindi niya alam na sinusulat ko yung kanta.
Bago pa kayo ma-engage.
Bago pa kami ma-engage, sinusulat ko na. Tapos natapos ko siya nung na. Actually, natapos ko siya, engage na kami. Natapos, matagal na, malapit na yung kasal namin actually nung natapos ko to. Kasi kasi yun, palihim lang talaga. Pagka may mga off days na hindi kami magkasama, doon ko inuupuan. Tapos, ayun, pinadinig ko sa kanya, actually, days before, kinugtog ko na para sa kanya to. And halos hindi ko matapos yung song. Halos hindi ko matapos nung kinakanta ko para sa kanya.
Naiiyak ka?
Oo. Yun talaga, yun yung days before we got married, tinugtog ko para sa kanya. Tapos, kaya nung mismong wedding namin, kasi tinugtog ko din to sa wedding namin mismo eh. Joyous na yung pakiramdam. Pero yung ang ganda nung moment lang na yun kasi kayong dalawa lang eh. Walang ibang tao. Walang camera, walang cellphone,
so talagang siya lang yung sinasabihan mo talaga.
And ako doon ako bumabalik sa in as much as we need to be ever so present in social media and share stuff. I think it's the ones that are off camera that are the most important. Hindi doon ako naniniwala ako doon kasi kasi lalo sa atin ngayon kailangan natin laging nandiyan, laging visible, laging ganito. And
nakakapagod
siya. Pero ayun na nga, umuwi tayo doon sa reality na it's the little things that matter. It's not likes, it's not shares, it's not. As long as ako dito sa kantang ito, regardless kahit anong mangyari, hindi man to mag-hit, hindi man to kilikin ng tao, I wrote this song for my wife. And regardless, mamatay man kami, mawala man kami sa mundong ito, that song will live on forever. And someone else is gonna get to listen to it. Yun yung legacy natin na songwriters eh. Na kahit na anong mangyari, buhay pa rin buhay pa yung kanta mo.
Buhay pa yung kanta, pwede pang kantahin ng iba.
Diba? So, hindi ko alam, nasagot ko ba yung tanong kwento na ako?
Yeah. Before.
Yes.
Actually,
arrangement is after the wedding. Tama.
After na.
So, production din, di ba? And then, kaya titanungin ko sana SDE siya, like, meaning, nung natapos, like, ayun ba yung ginamit talaga for the same wedding day? Yun yung question ko. Kasi, para siyang, wedding recap.
Wedding video.
Video niyo.
Hindi.
So, naisip ko lang, baka minerge niyo.
Hindi. Ang ginawa namin, kasi, kasama yun, di ba, yung mga same day edit na yun. Pina-hold namin yung kasi di ba usually yung kinuha nyo na the videographer, i-upload nila yan sa page nila ganyan. Pina-hold namin yung pag-upload na
usually yung balak namin. Hindi naman, pero di ba?
Diba? Ganun. So, pina-hold lang namin, then na-record ko yung song, nung okay na siya, sinabay ko lahat. Kasi life happened first eh. We got married more than, I think, 6-7 months ago eh. Matagal na kaming kinasal. Pero, life happened. We relocated. Dati akong taga Quezon City. Ngayon, nasa Laguna na kami. My wife is from Cebu. So, nag-uproot din siya. So, life happened. Maraming murang changes. We have our own apartment here now. Dahan-dahan talaga lahat. So, again, babalik ako sa sinasabi ko kanina, it's the off-cam moments. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Hindi naman nalaman ng tao yun eh. Hindi naman, wala naman nang may alam na, pero yung songwriting and releasing singles took a backseat. Kasi I had to focus on what's important. And what's important was establishing our life. So, nung medyo okay, relax na tayo, then nag-proceed na akong i-schedule.
Tapusin.
Oo, yung record ko, ilagay sa Spotify, tapos sinabay ko yung pag-ano ng videos.
Video.
Tinaon ko na rin dun sa videographer namin. Sabi ko na, ito na yung song, ilapat nyo na. And then, it's basically a wedding video / music video and single. So, di ba? Three birds, one stone.
Oo nga eh. Diba? Memory nyo pa for you din.
Diba? So, yun.
I know na you're a songwriter in a sense na you also write songs for other artists. Am I right? With this song, I know you're the best person who will ever interpret it because it's really written for your wife. Pero meron ka bang na isip na if ever na sinong artist na who would, parang kung matatanong ka na may gusto mag-revive nito or magkanta din itong kanta na sinulat mo, may naisip ka ba na gusto mong artist?
Si John Mayer sana, pero di siya Joke.
Pag si John Mayer nagtagalog na sobrang
Tagalog!
lalim, diba?
Diba? Jason Mraz, mga ganyan. No? Diba? Ano ba?
Ganun.
Parang, kahit sino naman eh. Kahit sino eh. Top of my head, si Ebe, siguro.
Oh, yeah. Tama.
Top of my head.
Bagay.
Diba?
Pwede,
Pero,
pwede.
ano naman eh, kahit, ano naman tayo eh, privileged tayo lagi kapag may mga gustong kumanta ng mga kanta natin. So, kahit sino. Kasi ako, kinikilig ako pagka may nagpo-cover ng mga kanta ko kahit ano eh. Diba? Hindi
ako din.
Hindi nawawala, diba? Hindi nawawala yung kilig. Kahit sobrang tagal na, kahit minsan ayaw mo na, kahit ikaw mismo ayaw mo na kantahin yung kanta mong yun. Pero pag kinakanta ng iba,
kilig ka pa rin eh.
Diba? There's this beautiful feeling na, I wrote that and they're singing it. So ako, kahit sinong mag-cover, kahit sinong kumanta, palaging pribilehiyo para sa atin na may kumakanta ng mga kanta natin.
Okay.
Yeah!
Parang may wedding song ka pang sinulat, di ba?
Oo.
Oo, si wedding song. Hindi totoo yun yung title kasi. So,
yun yung title. Okay.
Yung paano yun? Like, I mean, syempre nung sinulat mo yun, nakilala mo na ba si Therese noon? Hindi pa.
Hindi pa kami magkakilala pala noon. Here's the thing. Wedding song was a writing exercise. Kasi I wanted to deliberately write a wedding song. Kasi ang ano naman nun, ang naging idea ng wedding song na yun is universal kasi yung tan 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 tan, kahit anong relihiyon yan ginagamit yan eh. So, di ba?
Bridal march.
Yung bridal march, tas tinignan ko, makaka-copyright ba ako pag ginamit ko to sa ano? So, hindi. Pala
sabi,
siya?
hindi naman. Public domain.
Public domain. So, ginawa ko siya. Tapos yun, it's one of my minor hits nung 2014. Marami ako naging trabaho dahil doon, my gosh, daming may gusto nung kantang yun. Na minsan, yun sinasabi sa inyo, na mapagod na ako, sawang-sawa na ako. Kasi na-outgrow mo yung songs mo eh, di ba? You're not the same writer 10 years ago eh. So if, like for example sa akin, selfie song, every time it's mentioned, medyo
nagki-cringe ka na.
Ako ng
kasi parang lumuma na sa'yo, parang naus na sa'yo, for yourself.
Pero pag tinugtog mo sa probinsya, oh my gosh, para ako si Piolo Pascual. My God, ang gwapo ko. Pag tinugtog mo sa diba, ganun yun eh. Tapos, Mr. Way wedding song, pag tinugtog mo sa mga wedding, in love sila sa kanta, samantala sa loob ko, parang routine. Sige, I'm just gonna play it for you.
Naubos na yung feelings mo for it, no?
May nakita ako na interview.
Wala na, parang like lahat ng unti-unti.
Okay.
Nakita ako interview kay Celine Dion eh. Parang yun na sinabi niya na when you're so tired of the song, yun yung magic na dulot ng mga kantang ginagawa natin. Na blessed tayo na may mga taong tumangkilik sa kanta. Kasi kahit in the beginning, pag kinakanta mo, sawang-sawa ka na, pero once you hear the people singing along or you see them reacting so lovingly dun sa kanta mo, it brings back everything and okay, game, I'm gonna sing this song so beautifully for you guys. Ganun, wala lang, share ko lang. Gusto ko. Ganun. So, to, to cap it off, yung wedding song na yon ay ano lang, parang writing exercise lang talaga. So this song Handa Na is talagang tailor-made para sa asawa.
This time it's the real deal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tatalon ako sa other aspects of the song. Kasi I saw the song art. And parang kahawig ni Therese yung... si Therese ba yun literally na in-illustrate? Tama ba? Or like, kasi medyo same yung hair niya sa wedding day. Si Atwig, tatabi ko siya kanina. Sabi ko, so si Therese ba to? Sasabihin ko ba na, si Therese ba to? Or tatanungin ko na lang. So tinatanong ko, si Therese ba yun? And sino gumawa nung beautiful song art mo? And what's the concept behind it?
Ang song art, ang gumawa yung brother-in-law ko. Si Ben Villarante. Siya yung gumawa. Ano kasi yun mahusay na illustrator. So, ano siya, artist din in his own right. So, parang binigyan ko siya ng free hand Sabi ko, bro, bahala ka na. Kung ano yung pakiramdam mo na sinasabi sa'yo nung kanta, na iguhit mo. Yun ang gawin mo. Ganun lang. Kasi nung binigay niya sa amin, ang okay na. Walang changes. Gusto ko rin yung kulay, yung ginamit niyang yung
parang celebratory yung hues
Tapos ang ano ko lang sa kanya, ang sinabi ko lang sa kanya before he did it is ayoko lang ng like cheesy. Ayoko yung cheesy kasi may mga ganung tsura na cover art. Ito medyo artsy di ba? So yun I think yun lang siya. Yun lang siya. Hindi ko alam kung anong basta sinabi ko lang sa kanya, pakinggan mo yung kanta. Ano yung nararamdaman mo, yun yung i-draw mo. Ayun, yun ang lumabas.
Di ba sabi mo, kinanta mo muna kay kay Therese.
Yeah.
Ano yung first reaction niya?
Umiyak. Dalawa kami umiyak.
Oh, tapos nagyakap kayo.
Acel movie. Imagine mo na
Narang
naiyak siya. Siyempre naman. Diba?
Parang ang loving lang nung feeling. Masarap, masaya. Again, babalik tayo rin sa word na payapa. Yun ang keyword There's peace and parang hindi ko alam, masarap lang sumulat ulit ng ganun. Kasi, I mean, sa atin, we write about concepts minsan na hindi na about us we write about other stuff.
No.
Pero it's refreshing that you go back to kasi lahat naman ng songwriters ang unang-munang sinusulat
it's the personal.
Di ba? Laging ganun laging personal experience. So ako nung bumalik ako doon na you channel yung the inner depths of your heart and soul. Masarap lang yung feeling. Parang bumabalik ka doon sa yung dahilan kung bakit ka nag-start na gumawa ng music. Why did you pursue it as a career? So, ayun. Tas, marami, bukod doon, syempre, this momentous moment na punta ka na sa ibang chapter ng buhay mo Iba na to Ibang na siya. So, siya milestone kind of song. So, again, sabi ko nga sa inyo, regardless, kahit hindi ito mag-hit, hindi ito masyado, I wrote it for my wife and it will always remind me of the feeling that I felt nung magsimula kami mag-asawa. Yun.
That's so nice. And you know what? Sobrang makaka-help din yan. Like, of course, I've been married for 18 years. When you go back, like, I mean, syempre, life will happen, magkakaroon ng mga kasama yan sa kasal yung disagreements, tampuhan. Pero when you go back and listen to the song, it will remind you, diba? That
time capsule
Time capsule.
Yeah.
Okay, meron pa ba tayong itatanong, Miss
Pinipigilan
Denice?
ko sarili ko magtanong ng mga walang off-topic na bagay. Kaya may naisip ako, tanungin ko kaya to, pero hindi, sige. about the song, kasi song in
Go
focus.
lang, go lang.
About the
Okay
heart
lang.
in focus. Siguro, what else do we not know about it?
Para
You know,
magkwento mo
in
na.
case lang.
May hindi
Like,
kami
did
natanong.
Therese, like, may nag-reply ba ng si Therese with the song? Kasi she's also a songwriter.
Oo nga,
Like,
no?
curious lang.
Oh,
Song
that
na
would be
nilalabas, no?
nice.
Nauna siya
Lecture mo ba si
kanta para sa akin.
Ha?
Marami.
Nauna siya sumulat ng kanta for me. Before pa, ano pa lang kami, bago pa kami maging engaged, may sinulat siya na songs called I'm Not Losing You Love. Ganun. Tapos kasi ano siya she's a poet. So marami siyang mga magandang parang ano tawag dito, fusion type na poems, like may talkies part, tapos merong melodic na
Parang spoken word with...
spoken word.
Parang
Yung mga
spoken
ganun
word
siya.
tapos may ano.
Yeah, you can check
Is that
her.
on Spotify?
Yeah,
Yung those songs?
yeah. Therese Villarande.
Those
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah,
Ano yung mga songs na yun? Lilista natin.
Marami. Actually, makikita niyo naman. Even on
Yung
YouTube.
para sa'yo.
Tapos, ano may tanong? Sorry. Sinulat niya.
Baka meron pa kaming hindi
Like, what else did we forget about?
magandang,
Like,
talk
to
about the
ask
song.
you about it.
Ano pa ba about the song? Well, it's part of an album that I'm doing na kasi nung nag-start ng 2021 yata to. Hindi, ano muna? 'Di ba, nag-lockdown tayo March 2020. So, parang huminto.
2020.
Oh my gosh, tagal. Ang binalak ko, pagpasok ng 2021, every month maglalabas ako ng one song, tapos mako-consolidate siya at the end of the year, magiging 12 songs siya at lalabas siya as an album. But again, life happened. A lot of stuff na hindi natin kontrolado. Kasi, wag na tayo maglokohan. Ang pag-produce ng kanta ay mahirap.
Mahal!
Mahal! Oh my gosh! Mahal ang mag-produce ng kanta. So, syempre, tulad ng sabi ko, life happened. Hindi naman ganun ka-free-flowing ang trabaho for us. So, anong gagawin ko? Alam nga, unahin ko naman yung art kaysa yung ilalagay ko sa hapagkainan, di ba? Or something. So, na-push siya ng na-push hanggang sa right now, ang bala ko pa rin is still a 12 song album. The album is called Walang Plan B. Parang ano kasi siya homage siya to where I began. Kasi nung sinabi ko sa sarili ko na I'm going to pursue music as a career, that's what I did. Hindi ako tumigil. I mean, pero alam mo yun, nag-apply ako ng mga trabaho, nag-try ako talaga. Pero hindi ko alam, siguro yung Diyos.
Diyan ka talaga.
Ginaganon niya ako, wag ka dyan. Ginaganon
niya. Dito ka nga dito ka nga.
Ganon, hindi ako natatanggap for some reason. Alam mo, nag-apply pa ako as PA sa ABS mga a few years ago. Kasi akala ko walang mangyayari sa karera ko. So, kaya siya tinawag na walang plan B. Kasi, kapag may plan B ka, hindi ka magiging gutom para sa plan A. Ang plan A ko was to succeed in what I'm doing. So, ayoko mag-isip ng kahit na minsan, syempre, tao tayo May doubts, may fears, may reality na nangyayari, di ba? Na kailangan mo ng pera, anong gagawin natin, di ba? Pero, again, lang siya, I don't know if sabi nga nila, it's bordering stupid and pero between bordering stupid and stupid and realistic, nag-appear yung genius. So, nandun sa gitna. So, kailangan, maano mo lang yun. Doon ka.
Sa gitna.
Pero saktong practical.
Saktong practical, pero mabalansin mo pareha. So, anyway, sabi ko nga, it's part of that album.
Ganda. Excited.
Walang Plan B. It has actually 12 songs. I still have 2 more kasi this is song number 10. Handa Na is song number 10. Kung hindi ko pa kasi na-consolidate, pero lahat yun nakalabas na. Yung first 9 songs nakalabas na sa Spotify. Lahat
na. Nakalabas na?
Nakalabas na
yung other 9? Teka, yes. Yung yung alam mo, gusto ko na talaga yung ginawa mo sa TikTok. Hindi ko alam kung totoong song ba yun o kalokohan yun. Yung i-book mo ko.
Yes. Kasi sinasama ko yung book mo.
Ay, kasi sobrang feel ko siya. Parang,
team song ba, Acel?
I-book niyo ako.
Ganito kasi yan.
Tugtugin natin.
talaga yan.
Tugtugin natin sa
Shinare
Song
ko.
in Focus.
Shinare ko siya talaga.
Tapos like,
Diba?
us, gano'n.
Kasi ano yun, ang ano lang, mabilis na kwento. Book mo ako kasi wala na ako management eh. Umalis ako sa management ko eh. Ang manager ko is 18. Sila Sir Ogie Alcacid. Siya yung humahawak sa akin for the last 8 years. Pero parang so medyo parang hindi na siguro na-align yung direction
Creative
namin. Pero okay naman kami. Walang hindi pangit yung
Yeah, it
split
happens
na.
naman talaga.
Talagang kaiba lang. So for the first time in a long time, parang nangapa ako bigla na dati kasi may maghahanap ng trabaho para sa iyo eh. Merong oy Davey, may meron kang debut na tutugtugan, meron kang wedding, meron kang ganito, ganun lagi. Ngayon, biglang wala. So wala akong label, wala akong manager. Tapos nag-anxiety na ako kasi parang kung kailan ako tumanda, kung kailan ako umabot sa ganitong edad, saka naman ako biglang walang asikaso sa akin. That's the reason why I wrote Book Mo Ko. It started as something funny. Funny lang naman yun nung una, pero parang half meant. Pero alam mo, nagbunga yun. Dami nakapanood.
Shinare ko kaya yun.
Nagbunga yun. Kasi may mga nakuha ako na mga jingle projects
Bookings.
after that. May mga tumawag sa akin. May mga nag-book sa akin. So,
literal.
Pwede ko ba yan i-cover? Tapos sabihin ko din, hoy, i-book niyo ako.
Effective. Sabi mo, effective daw kay Davey Langit.
Effective to
Tingnan natin kung effective sa akin.
Tingnan natin kung mag-book sa akin talaga.
So, ayun.
Pero
Kasama yung
punong-puno
Book Mo
na nga
Ko.
si Acel ngayon. Fairness.
Si Lord yan, si Lord. Wala. Gets ko, nararamdaman ko yung
Declan.
nararamdaman ni Dave.
Harder.
At saka naman I think, not to be ultra religious or something, hindi naman tayo papabayaan. Yung ibon nga, nakakakuha ng pagkain.
Nag-worry.
Ikaw pa ba? Di ba?
Ikaw mas valuable ka.
Hindi ka naman niya papabayaan. So, ganun na lang iniisip ko sa mga pagkakataon na minsan. Kasi, as an artist, may mga days talaga ako na parang worth it pa ba na gawin ko to? Kasi, magpapagod ka. Isipin mo. Sorry, nagkwento na tayo.
Okay lang yan.
Magpapagod ka. Magsusulat ka ng kanta. Ang hirap sumulat Ang hirap sumulat.
Nafe-feel ko yan.
Mga tipong 12 midnight ka gagawa ng demo kasi pagkatas ng lahat ng kailangan mong tapusin.
Kailangan mong i-extend lahat ng mga bagay-bagay. Maggagastos ka para sa studio, master, lahat-lahat.
Babayaran mo yung mga
effort.
Work for you.
Effort mo. Tapos paglabas mo, wala lang. Parang
lumipas lang. Tapos hindi man lang nila i-share. Wala man lang nag-appreciate.
Yun. Minsan may mga ganong mga pagkakataon for me na nawawalan ako ng fire. Nawawalan ako ng apoy sa sarili ko na to keep going and just keep doing it. Pero each and every time na nagkakaroon ng ganon, doon pumapasok yung buti na lang nag-asawa ako ng artist din. Kasi she reminds me that I have to celebrate even the smallest of victories. Kasi lagi akong kahit anong ma-achieve ko sa karera ko, pinalad ako sa mga songwriting competitions, I won this, I won that. Lagi akong merong, okay, and then what? What's next? Ano gagawin ko? Okay, so it's here. Salamat, thank you. Pero anong gagawin ko? Hindi ako marunong mag-celebrate ng wins sa buhay.
Are you me? Like 10 years old.
Palagi akong ganon.
Feel ko siya.
Palagi akong, okay, nagawa ko na to. Ano sunod? Ano next? Parang it's sort of, parang sumpa siya sa akin Masyado kang go-getter. Talagang gusto mo, tira ka ng tira. To the point na minsan nakakalimutan mo na,
pause and reflect and think.
Lahat ng tao nagawa mo, Tapos minsan, hindi na rin ako tumatambay ng social media kasi I have a tendency to compare myself sa ibang tao. Na parang, ba't sila? Magaling din naman ako Ba't to? Ganun. May ganun. Pero again, talaga siya I think part siya nung life natin as artists and yun, nire-remind lang ako ng asawa ko na you're doing
Continue.
you're doing
Yeah.
better actually than others. So
Yeah.
wag ka na masyadong mag-complain, hindi ka nagugutom araw-araw, hindi there's clothing on your back, you have a roof over your head. Tapos ginagawa mo yung gusto mo. Ginagawa mo yung gusto mo. Na wala kang inaagrabyado o sinasaktan na ibang tao. Oo, hindi ka mayaman, tama. Hindi magandang kotse mo. Pero again, you have it better than other people. So I think ang takeaway dun is ano lang, hindi contentment eh. It's more
Grateful.
yan, gratitude. Gratitude for what we have. And speaking of gratitude, salamat sa inyo for having,
sharing talaga. Kanina napapatingin ako sa baba kasi
Naiiyak ka ba? Naiiyak ka ba?
Mahal magbura. Explicit na may talaga feelings, gano'n. Kasi grabe talaga. Like,
hindi kasi, I think true. Lahat naman lahat ng artists go through the same things. Na sometimes, even the others na we think na, hoy, ang dami na niyang na-achieve.
Pag kinausap mo sila,
Pag kinausap mo sila, ang dami palang sinasabi na mga sama ng loob din na parang, what? Don't you know that there are a lot of people look up to you with the things that you do? And I think, sa tingin ko, like with you, Davey, like, may I follow you because I'm inspired by you, like what you do, like what you share. And so, bigla ako naiyak. Kasi parang nararamdaman ko. Kasi ang hirap maging artist kasi because we're emotional. We're emotional and we express, when we do things, focus sessions na tayo.
Okay lang to, extended to.
I know, because when we do things, we put our heart and soul We put our heart and soul. It's not just like a work, like an employee, you do this, sabihan ka ng...
time out ka, time out, uwi ka na.
Ito, gagawin mo, mechanical But art is something that is part of you. That's you So when you put it out, when you put everything, your effort, your time, it's a part of you gave
away. Your soul. You bear your soul.
You gave away.
And you don't settle.
And then it hurts when people like, parang, twinks. Ganun lang.
Wala lang, ganun.
Kasi ikaw yun kaya ayan, naiyak ako bigla.
Pero ano mo, ang ano ko na lang dyan, concentrate on the people na nakikinig. Kasi yung iba, wala mahirap Magandang makakuha tayo ng ibang listeners, magandang makakuha tayo ng ibang fans and all.
Pero hindi lahat,
Hindi lahat So, I think it's just valuing the people who are willing to listen. Yun na lang. Pag may nakinig, marami pong salamat. Pag hindi, okay lang. Tapos, ang pakiwari ko dyan, parang merong maliit na butas sa malayo, tapos meron kang mga paper ball. Yung mga ginanto, yung maliit, binilot na papel. Bato ka ng bato. Pasasaan ba may papasok? May papasok isa dyan. Mawawala lang yung chance mo na may pumasok pag tumigil ka ng bumato. So, bato ka lang ng bato. Alam mo yun, sa buhay natin as songwriters, gumawa ng kanta. Ano pa nga ba? Di ba? Yun
Songwriter ka Gawa ka.
Tapos hindi ka naman talo regardless, kahit na hindi yan pansinin ng tao. Part ng portfolio mo yan. Pagdating ng araw, ang dami mo nang nagawang kanta. Tapos may panapanahon pa naman ng mga songs na, di ba, like for example, ngayon, nilabas ko itong kantang to, hindi pinansin. Down the road, 5 years, 10 years, minsan 20 years from now.
Biglang
pala yung kantang to, di ba? So, para ka nagtatanim. Kaya mo lang, minsan, pag nagtinanim mo, minsan tutup.
Iba-iba sila ng moment.
Iba-iba sila ng moment. Iba sila ng
na mag-grow.
Diba?
Magbunga.
May mga mabilis, maswerte ka, salamat. May mga hindi naman. So, again, just keep planting, di ba? Or
tama yan.
Kasi we're always a puncher's chance away from changing our lives again. Ganun lang yun Kasi ako, after Selfie Song was a hit noong 2013. I don't know if you've heard of it it was a hit 10 years ago. Hindi ko na siya ma-replicate. Medyo nahihirapan ako.
Siyempre, iba yung panahon yun
Pull Off was a hit 15 years ago. So, magkakaiba Pero again, the more entries you send, the more chances of winning.
Ganun lang yan.
So, Gawa ka ng kanta, ilabas mo sa universe. Tapos pagka natripan nila, di maraming salamat. Pag hindi,
Okay
sumulat ka
lang.
ulit. Gumawa ka ulit. Ganun. Ako, yun lang yung pakiwari ko. Kasi nararamdaman ko na sa usapan natin, there's this sort of frustration na talagang mahirap talaga. Mahirap. Pero ano pa ba magagawa natin? Kasama to nung sumpa natin as
No.
artists. Kasama siya. So,
Yeah.
Malamang, like, ngayon habang nire-record natin to, may mga friends tayo na naka-lurk na live. Tapos, malamang, isa sa friend ko si Jaso is here. Surely, nakakatawa tong conversation na to kasi parang like, we just had this conversation like last week, ganyan. Kasi I'm working on new songs din. Kasi ba ikaw din, Acel, like, whenever we talk, yung sinabi mo na you wanna release monthly, tapos i-compile sa isang album, parehas kami ni Acel, nasabi din namin yan. Tapos lahat nagpinos din namin because you know, you have to live life.
Oh, walang budget,
transition.
Diba? Hindi mo maipoproduce yun.
Tama.
Pero ang ganda nung curse siya, no? But beautiful curse. Kasi I also know of friends na, kasi nabanggit ni Acel before we started the interview that I own a company, ganyan. And I have a lot of friends who are rich and have made a career sa corporate world. But you know what's funny is whenever I talk to them, they would sometimes feel like I'm richer because of the things I get to do. It's beautiful. Weird, no? Like when I talk to them, I would say, yeah, but I earn this much lang. Alam mo yun, for all the, isipin mo, mag-work ka 8 hours. And then after gagawin mo yung kanta mo, so iikot lang. Pero yung savings mo, yung savings ko, nagiging kanta. Parang yung investment ko, lahat sila meron silang maraming investments. Siyempre si Acel is like the best at investments now. Pero like as a young person, na hindi pa ako, di ba, advocacy mo yan, papagsabihin mo ko mamaya. Pero, like, yung extra money that we get from the day job, is, I put it into song.
Produce,
It flows like air, and it becomes my investment. And I always joke that, okay, I wouldn't have anything to give my children, but maybe these papers from the National Library that 50 years after I die, maybe they're smarter than me in selling me. Joke. Kasi diba, diba kasi malay mo, diba, they would be more transactional and like, oh, I have songs. Ano gusto mo dyan? Pagkakitaan mo dyan. Pero ako right now, it's very felt deeply
Yeah. Ano mo, sabi nga nila, diba, parang ano yun yung pag mag-invest ka, mas mag-invest ka sa memories. Kasi yung songs sort of are memories actually.
Yes.
Time capsule siya ng kung ano yung pakaramdam mo nung time na sinulat mo yung kanta. Parang pag-invest lang yan sa isang bakasyon, you'd rather invest in a vacation somewhere kasi naaalala mo ng pamilya mo, ng mga anak mo, ng nanay at tatay mo. Ganun din sa songs. Kasi yun, naaalala mo
yung time na nandun ka
Tapos we also have this power to affect people with what we do. 4 minutes ka lang nilang papakinggan pero maiiyak sila, matatawa sila. At one way or another,
powerful
hindi mo man kilala yung taong yun, may naging epekto ka sa buhay niya. What if yung taong yun was going through something so bad sa buhay niya, tapos yung song mo yung nag-uplift sa kanya nung moment na yun. So, you never underestimate yung kakayahan ng ginagawa mo sa buhay ng ibang tao. And that's also one of the reasons na bakit tumutuloy pa rin ako kahit minsan mahirap. Kasi konting share na lang.
Okay lang.
Nung nag-start akong yung unang mentality ko nung nag-start akong sabihin sa sarili ko na gusto kong maging karera ang music. Gusto ko maging Jason Mraz o John Mayer ng Pilipinas. Yung mga ganon. I wanted to sell out stadiums and play with the band and have hit songs and be paid handsomely for, pero habang tumatanda ako, lalong nagiging ako, attached ako sa reality na baka hindi mangyari. Pero still, you're hoping na, again, sabi ko nga kanina, puncher's chance. Parang bugbog ka na, isang suntok mo lang, mananakot mo yung kalaban. Isa lang. Isang so ganun lang din. Kaya, amidst all the frustration and the hurt na na dinadaanan natin, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be a songwriter. It's a beautiful thing to be an artist, actually. Kahit na minsan sobrang mahirap siya sa damdamin, mahirap siya sa bulsa. Mahirap siya sa maraming bagay. Pero it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, agree ako dyan. No, mahirap siya sa bulsa, pero pag nakita mo how it affected the person just because of your song, it's like worth it. And that's the power of music.
Yep.
Okay, wow.
Ganda
Siguro,
Wow.
okay na to Okay
Sobrang
na to.
deep sharing.
Deep focus sessions na nga hindi na nga siya,
Merge na siya, merge.
Nag-merge
Pero okay
na
lang,
siya.
thank you so much for
thank you
sharing
so
your heart
much,
with
Davey.
us. Sobrang relate tayong lahat.
Mm.
Hay, okay, so, sige, bilang babalik ako sa script, kunwari sabi dito, kailangan dito ipag-plug.
Okay.
So,
Invite
where can they find
where
you?
can they find you? Invite
and
your
alam
invite
mo
the
yun, like when
listeners.
can we expect walang plan B and alam mo yun, where can they listen to Handa Na?
Cool. Okay, where can they find me? Anywhere. When you see me, say hello and give me money. Tapos, yung sa social media, mas madalas ngayon, Facebook, Davey Langit lang po. Twitter, hindi ako masyadong active doon, pero sige, I am Davey Langit. Instagram, I am Davey Langit. YouTube, Davey Langit Music. Hanapin nyo lang yung pangalan ko, Davey Langit. Pag nakita nyo yung pogi na wala masyadong follower, yun na yun. Tapos, ano pa ba? TikTok. Sa TikTok din ako. Panaka-naka, pag may naisipan akong gawin. Yung last kong ginawa, Little Lulu yata. Yung ganun, mga kalokohan lang. Ano pa ba? Handa Na is out on Spotify. I-check nyo na rin po yun. Dagdagan nyo po yung mga kamag-anak kong nakikinig sa akin. Ilan lang po yung mga pinsan ko na nandun na nakikinig. So, dagdagan nyo na lang po sila. Spotify, Davey Langit. The music video is also out. It's on my channel. It's Davey Langit Music. And ayun, walang plan B. Probably, siguro kung kakayanin ko end of the year, pag maganda ang flow ng mga project at may pambayad tayo ng studio, then we'll do it. Pero kung hindi, okay lang. Andyan lang yan. Pero if you wanna listen to the first 9 songs, nasa Spotify din lahat. Iba-ibang mga kwento, kung ano-anong kalokohan. Basta nandun lang, makikita nyo. And ano pa ba? Yun, book nyo ako. Pwede. Kung ano.
Yan talaga yun.
Dapat kantahin niyo yun. I demand a duet.
And again, guys, thank you for having me. It's always good to talk to fellow artists, fellow songwriters about the ups and downs of and also for featuring Handa Na, which is a song na malapit sa puso ko. Lalo na ngayon sa juncture na ito ng buhay ko. So again, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yun. So, thank you so much, Davey. And that's Davey Langit and his beautiful song, Handa Na. Please do follow him on his social media pages and stream his song, watch the music video. Sobrang ganda ng song. And don't go away yet kasi mamaya magchichikahan pa kami ni Denice. Meron
More
pa ba ang haba? More
coming your
feelings
way.
pa.
Dami.
So,
And I will be
session.
joined by someone, like one of our listeners, to give an insight naman, labas sa pagiging songwriter.
Dami. Parang hindi ko tuloy alam anong i-focus ko dito. Ang dami.
Siguro this time, tanungin natin yung others naman on how they felt about this, no? Kasi medyo, ang dami nating hugot as I today.
Okay.
Para pag nagkukwentuhan kami after namin interview, ganito kami, like after, chichikahan pa kami, grabe ito, feel ko nakarelate to. Yeah. But,
So, thank you
Song
so
and
much,
Focus keeps
Davey.
us,
Thank you.
people
Thank
like you inspire us to keep on doing our own music after. Tuwing nagsasong and focus kami ni Acel, kaya kami nagbe-break. So, for those who are listening, di ba, kuwari, last naming release was April. Thank you for still listening to our show. Nakikita namin may nakikinig pa rin weekly, mga back episodes. We take breaks ni Acel because we make our albums, we make music in between after being inspired by so many amazing artists. Tapos babalik kami, magkukwento na naman kami.
So,
ayun,
maraming
salamat.
I think yun yung ngayon. Support lang ng
Support
isa't
each
isa.
other.
Lalo, yun lang talaga. Tayo lang din naman yan . Yeah. Next.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Dave.
guys.
Huwag ka muna alis ha. Magpipicture muna tayo.
I'll go.
Picture.
Nagbabay lang tayo sa show. Nagbabay.
Sa show.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone!
guys, we are back for our focus sessions, and this season is a bit different. Kasi, alam mo naman, laging kami lang ni Acel yung nagkukwentuhan. As in, feelings namin as an artist. Feelings namin bilang mga babae na emotional at hormonal. But, sa season 4, naisip namin, what if
Ba
we get a
naman?
listener? Yes, what if we get a listener on air? Just to get another perspective. Kasi usually, we hear you guys tag us sa Instagram stories, we see your comments sa Twitter na na-enjoy nyo siya, 'di ba? Pero what if makapag-usap tayo sa one of our listeners? So today, we have one of a listener of Song and Focus. He is a student from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. And maganda boses nito. So, Acel and I are shaking. We feel like, oh my gosh,
na kami.
are we gonna be replaced after this episode? No, but ayun. So, we'd like to introduce one of our listeners, Hill Alcera. So, hello, Hill.
Hello.
Welcome to
Hello.
Song in Focus. Kamusta? Hill was one of the lurkers that we mentioned during the interview kanina. No? And he listened to the whole thing. So, what's
Anong
your
masasabi
best
mo?
takeaway? Oh, like, anong masasabi mo? Sa feelings namin ni Acel? Sa
Sa mga shinare ni Davey.
Yeah, it all in all, it was very informative. And this was my first time actually like sitting in a podcast, like just lurking around like an actual recording of a podcast. And it was, because most of the time I'm just a listener, I'm just a viewer, and being here and just listening to everything that's going on, it's very entertaining, very fun, especially the topics that you guys touched on, and also Davey Langit. Even though I am not an artist myself, but of course, recently I've been diving into everything about artists, their lives, their history, and all that. And to know that, there's like an actual like story or intention behind composing something or composing music, and I'm sure both of you guys can relate to it. It's very nice to know in a third person perspective that you really put all of this heart into making what you produce, even since then, and what you do now.
So how did you, like, of course you're young, for context,
Yes.
guys, hindi pa siya graduate, no? You're a student. And then we were out there talking about getting married,
Yeah.
being married for a while, and being just married. And like personally, like what of the song did you find that even you could relate to, or that you had feelings about? Like what part of the song, or like how did you feel about the whole thing, and especially hearing it from the songwriter himself?
Yeah. As you guys touched upon, the song Handa Na is the song that I guess I could relate to, even though I'm just a young adult. I've
Commitment
had
issues ka rin ba, Phil?
actually
At that
yes.
age,
Yes,
it goes
because
deep as
you know,
no, 10
my
years old pa lang ako, may
generation,
commitment issues na ako, ikaw ilan?
my
Ah,
generation is actually like, they're excited to touch upon relationships even at a young age, and there's no denying that. I've known a lot of people who are just minors and already want to go into relationships and want to get married, and I'm just here like, what? Like, why? But knowing that and hearing the song by Davey Langit, Handa Na, is there was like one lyric that really touched, or that
Resonated.
sounded well to me. Yeah, it resonated to me. It was when he mentioned that he had this like doubts, but after overcoming it, he was ready. And I think everyone who is in a relationship can get or can resonate with that, especially those who are overthinking and those who have trust issues, because when you just have second thoughts, it can be hard to trust this person. But if you see that little spark of light, and when you just try to reach deep into that and say that, okay, I'm going to commit to this and I'm ready, it just hits different. And the fact that Davey Langit himself made that feeling into a song is just applausible. It's just noteworthy for someone that talented to make a song like that.
Yeah. Ako yung sa lyrics, no? As we're talking about the lyrics, I liked what he said dun sa part na ikaw lang ang laging pipiliin. Cause for me, it's like, oh, nagsha-share na ako Okay lang ba?
Okay
Nagsha-share na.
lang. Oo.
So, ako sa,
Okay lang ba,
Kala ko-
Hil? So,
kala ko
eto na, papasok.
Ano kasi,
Hindi.
ini-interview
Okay
mo
lang ba, Hil? Pwede na kaming,
Yes.
umepal.
You guys are the hosts.
Sorry po.
Hindi, okay lang,
Paano ba to?
interviewin-
Kasi first time to eh.
Hindi,
Kala ko
interviewin-
ini-interview ba natin si
Hindi,
Phil o
i-interviewin
makikipag-usapan
din
na
niya tayo. Kasi maganda yung boses niya. So kami na, interviewin mo na kami. So Hil, sige, magtanong ka na sa amin.
Sige.
O sige, Acel. Okay, ang ganda nga nun. Oo.
Yung, kasi like, for someone who's been married for 18 years, it goes back to the decision eh. It's a decision. Like, love is a decision. Kaya, gusto ko that he was able to say na dun sa huling part ng song, ikaw lang ang laging pipiliin. And I guess it's connected with the Handa Na. Kasi before you can even decide to do something, no, you have to really make sure that are you ready? Are you ready for this? Because this is not a game. No, this is forever. This is gonna be a different
A promise.
parang it's a promise, it's a covenant, and your life is never gonna be the same again. You cannot look back, so you have to make that decision that okay, whatever happens, I will still choose you. You know, you can really say na, kaya sabi niya sa ilang libong alternatibo, ikaw lang ang laging pipiliin. And I guess yun nga, my experience being married for quite a long time, there would be times that you want to choose na parang another alternative. No, parang, wag na, or dito na, wag na kaya. But, yun, it goes back to, I'll go and choose you. So, ang ganda no that he was able to say that in that song, connecting the Handa Na and the decision that he has to make during the wedding. Ayun po. The end.
Ako, since we're all sharing yung favorite parts natin, so with Hill, di ba? Like yung about even touching on commitment. Sa'yo, it's about choosing someone. Ako naman, siguro I'll touch on the melody, yung intentions niya in terms of making it uncertain. Diba? May ganong sounding kasi may mga turns
ibang
yung...
key.
Like may mga turns. Like ako, alisin ko siguro yung perspective ko for now as a songwriter na yung cool, ganyan. Parang on a technical level. Parang, kung nga na naisip niya yun. But just ako as a listener, like, fan din ako of songs that take on unknown turns. And really getting married or thinking about any form of commitment feels that way. That you expect a certain tune and when you get at a certain point, parang, ay, iba pala. Like, in my brains, ganito siya, di ba? But pagpapunta ka doon, napapansin mo yun? Tapos bigla, ay, kaliwa.
Iba pala.
Ay, black and white pala dito. Hindi ko in-expect gano'n. Like, not just sa love, it's like anything.
Life
that we do.
itself. Yeah.
Oh, like, if you get a job, you sometimes we expect the worst. Ayoko dito. Tapos, some people stay in their jobs for a decade. Like, kayo, di ba? Like, kasi, like, nabanggit nyo din na you're choosing music to do. Or, si Hill, you're now in the stage, you're a student, so you're now in the stage of choosing your path, di ba? And the experiences you take, you think passive lang siya. Biglang, uy, ang makulay pala. Para I wanna be here for a long, long time. Or then may mga parang grand imaginations in our brain. Na yung nabanggit ni Davey kanina, na you'd expect love to be like a fairy tale and a celebration and all that stuff. But then, all of you, siguro, hindi ko pa ako. Wait, months pa ako. Before I get married, almost a year. Ang ending pala isn't about the carriage and being a princess and like that kind of love. Ang ending pala is just going home and feeling at home after a long, long day. Yun pala yung marriage. Yun pala yung hinahanap mong happy ending. Sabi nga nila, di ba, like, sabi ako ng meme, pwede ba yun? Sabi ako ng meme na, alam mo yung meme na sinasabi nila na when you're young, you think, like, coffee, or like alcohol is the adult drink, but it's water all along. Stay hydrated. Alam mo yun, yung parang like, alam mo yun, you'd expect something more hyped up. And in anything,
hindi naman kailangan mo.
it's about finding peace. with a mix of chaos. Ako, for me, it's peace with a mix of chaos, like beautiful chaos, like something to get you excited and on your feet, on your toes. But then ako, I would siguro define love in anything, ha, not just weddings or art. I would define love as feeling at home while being on the edge. It's kind of a thing. Like even if you're wherever you step, it's at home. Even the most chaotic spaces visually, but it feels at home, or at least it feels like you can be safe at a dangerous spot in your life. So I guess ako, that's whenever I decide to stick around, like not just sa love but sa music or sa marketing job ko na I had my company, diba? Parang it's really hard to, but I'm lucky to be able to creatively do everything, like from business side to personal to marrying an artist eventually. Yung nakarelate din ako dun kay Davey pala, na you marry an artist, and ako, on my end, it works. But for others naman, okay din yung contrast. Like, sa'yo, Acel, diba? Parang, it adds flavor to life. And yung yin-yang na yun, na merge, sobrang, well, beautiful lang. So yun, ako, that's what I think in general about the whole thing. Yun. Pero may isa lang ako last meme. Sorry, nag-share talaga ako ng puro memes na nakikita ko. Alam mo, may heartbreaking meme ako nakita sa FB, like, siguro 4 weeks ago. Parang, someone posted, like, someone I know na musician posted about being sad, not seeing so many musicians or artists stop playing nung pandemic, or like, giving up on it entirely. And then, I saw a reply, na you can't blame them, ganyan. Because we're all artists until the bills are due. As in, tumatak yun. And for it's been in my brain for a long, long time. But you know what I realized? Artists, I mean, seeing you, seeing Davey, seeing so many people, seeing me, then in a way, diba? But art keeps us going. Like, we get jobs we aren't sure of to keep on playing music. We open possibilities so that at the end of the day, the thing we go home to is that we could release that song. Regardless of what the in-between is, diba? So, much like, siguro, I guess, you could relate it to love din. Ganun yung nafe-feel ko. So, wala lang. Na-realize ko lang siya. Actually, kanina ko pa yung gusto sabihin, diba? Like, we're all artists until the bills are due. And it really hits home, especially nung pandemic, diba? Like, a lot of the industries have taken a pause, taken a turn, slowed down. And, ang saya ngayon kasi it's slowly opening up. Tapos, you see people coming out of their caves and still has it in their hearts. Diba? Lahat tayo. We all still have it in us to continue what we paused or, you know, parang rethought. May ganun ba word? May re ba, tapos may past tense. Rethought. Anyway. So, yun lang. Ako yun na. Ang dami ko feelings sa episode na to. Like, ang dami. Like, marriage, being an artist. Ayun. Ikaw, Hill, before we cap off, song in focus, like, do you have anything na parang ikaw, like, as a starting, I'm sure you sound like a starting artist. Like with your hosting and alam mo yun, you seem very energetic. So like, are there other things that you felt like stood out before we cap off lang?
Yeah, I guess what all of you said in general, that, you know, everything just leads to what we're comfortable with. Whether it's your passion, love, or even just dedication, as long as you're comfortable with it, then you're good to go. Because as a student, yes, I've experienced love, but I'm not at that stage where I want to be married because I want to graduate first. But I'm sure that time will come. But
natatawa ako kasi sobrang oo nga. Hindi pa nga siya graduate. Uy, pero mahirap yun, commitment getting a college degree. Diba? Anong course mo?
Yes.
So many things are scary.
Even just getting into college is just a hard commitment in itself, because not a lot of people get into college. I've known smart people in high school who dropped out, and it's very unfortunate because they were the top of my high school, and just seeing them now that they're not in college, it's really saddening. And you know, I'm guessing personal issues, but I've never really gotten to talk to them a lot, because back before, I was just this guy who was in like the lowest class in high school. Like I really didn't want to get popular, and there was this a group of students who were like so smart, and just knowing that they're not in college right now is it's really saddening. And I feel grateful that I had this opportunity, to be here, to be a college student, to get in a good school. And yeah, I guess it just all comes down to comfort, because if I'm not comfortable enough to be here, if I'm not comfortable enough to be a college student, to study in a school like my current school, then why would you do it? It's just like, making a song. If you're not comfortable making that song, if you're not comfortable making that lyric or writing that lyric, then why would you do it in the first place? And unless there's like a purpose, or if there's a meaning to doing that certain action, then just go for it. And I think that's just a learning lesson until you grow up and until the end. So yeah,
So,
just dedication and comfort.
aabangan namin how you grew up, Hale. and see
Stay
and
tuned.
see the many balls you shoot, as Davey says, and which ones would
Yeah.
get in, no?
No,
Yeah.
just
Okay,
hearing
so
the no.
yeah.
Wait.
Go, go, go.
Ano, kasi I'm listening to Hill, no. So just
Mm.
you heard kanina, no. We're songwriters and we're musicians. Like
Yeah.
hearing all our some of the heartache of being a musician.
An
I don't
artist.
know, kasi like are you into music also? Like if been given a chance, would
Play
you
a song?
want, or would you want to be like a musician, like here just witnessing all our, like listening to all our all our
Feeling.
struggles, our feelings?
baka,
Would you
baka matakot
even
siya.
want to be like naisip
Na-curious
ko
ka ba?
lang, na-curious lang ako,
Oo,
like
totoo
ano kaya,
naman. Like,
like
so much
listening to
feelings,
like
emotion.
what you've heard, no, from yung mga struggles namin and mga iniisip namin.
I'm sure it's really nice, despite everything that I've heard so far, like the struggles and everything, it still is nice to be, or it's still nice to have that identity that you are an artist. No matter the struggles that you have, no matter the audience that you have, you can still say that you are an artist, because you just produce
Create.
music and you create lyrics, or you write songs. And just that in itself is, even no matter the audience that you have, you can still say that you're an artist. And if you were to ask me if I wanted to be an artist, if I had the talent, I would. If I had the voice, the singing voice, which I don't, I just have like this, hosting voice. But yeah, I guess it would be nice to touch upon sometime in the future. Who knows? Maybe I might get that voice and might start a
So
career
you
in
want to be
like
a singer?
my forte. Uh, I don't know. Probably. I mean, I sing when I'm alone, but yeah. But in terms of like musicians, then yes, I have some instruments that I do know how to play. But it's just that dedication. I really lack that kind of dedication. And but when it comes to music, yeah, I am a big fan of music actually, but mostly Western music. And recently, I've started to get an appreciation for OPM and Eastern music in general, because it's
K-pop.
something that I'm, yeah, K-pop as well. I'm already in my early 20s, and it's still shocking to me that you haven't been listening to OPMs and Eastern songs. Well, yeah, and I guess that's just going to be a learning lesson for me, or it's just going to be like my stepping stone, that you just have to see what people do in that field, like you guys as songwriters. I know now, as in a third person perspective, how it feels like. And who knows what path I'm going to take in a couple of years from now, 10, 20 years from now. And yeah, just see. But I'm not doubting, or I'm not rejecting that kind of thought, because that's really part of life, not just for artists but for everyone as well. There's some ups and downs to everything that you do in life.
Sabi nga nila, we're blessed to feel so much for
Yes.
something. So I guess not everybody would Ako siguro yun na lang. Kasi marami ako, alam mo naman, sobrang emotional natin, Acel. Pero like, I have friends na very stoic, and pag iniisip ko din, maybe I am blessed to feel so much for something. Because other people would just be okay. And time would pass, tas hindi ganun ka feels, ganyan. But then if you feel a certain parang intensity over something, medyo feeling ko, slowly I'm accepting that it's a blessing and a curse, but and a blessing. Kasi we need that much We need that much emotional charge to to get through things. Alam mo yun? Alam mo yung umiiyak ka na, pero naglalakad ka pa din. Tuloy-tuloy ka lang. 'Di ba? Kahit anong gawin mo, umiiyak ka na, ilalabas mo pa din. Tatapusin mo pa din. Aayusin mo pa din. Tapos hindi lahat ng tao kaya umiyak tapos tapusin. Kasi umiiyak sila kasi sobrang mahal nila yung ginagawa nila. Umiiyak sila kasi hindi nila magawa. Tapos there's that pain and loss and mourning of creative freedom. And imagine, we have that gift to feel that much. So I think we're very lucky. Counseling ba to, Acel? Ba't ganito? Naramdaman mo ba? Grabe naman tong episode na to. Grabe naman, Davey, ang daming questions ha. So, ikaw, may gusto ka pang i-add, Acel?
I guess to cap everything of dun sa pinag-uusapan natin with regards to the frustrations of being an artist. Ako, for me, I think because I've been doing this since 1994, no? And I'm still doing it.
Grabe,
And no matter, like,
Saludo.
I mean, the season, the ups and downs, and it's not always up, and most of the time it's down. But the reason that I can still enjoy it and continue doing it, even if it also gives me like heartache. Ang weird eh. It gives you a heartache, but at the same time, it gives you so much joy. So, and I go back to, yun nga, yung being grateful that I can do this. And Lord, thank you so much that I can write a song. Not everyone can write a song. Thank you that I can create something out of nothing. Not everyone can. No, well, I'm inspired by something, but you have given me melodies. You have given me words to be able to articulate what others may be feeling but can't express. Then I am their voice. I will be their voice. And to be that, parang it makes me want to continue because I want to be that voice for them if they can't. No, and at the same time, I always go back to what the Bible says, that I'm not called to be successful in the eyes of the world, but I'm called to be faithful. God has given me this gift. What should I do? Should I bury it? Should I just throw it away? Gift to eh. Like, and I appreciate it and I love it. And so even if it costs me like parang hurt sometimes, I choose to enjoy. I will choose to enjoy as much as I can. I can do this pa. Kahit I'm like 46 na, no? I just turned 46, no? And ano mo, nung nagtugtog ako sa 70s Bistro, no? And then that's like a birthday ko nung the next day. Ang tanong sa akin ng isang friend ko, so ano, Acel, hanggang kailan mo to gagawin? Ganon yung tanong niya. And I was like, hindi ako nakasagot. Parang, no, hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam kung hanggang kailan ko gagawin. Kasi I don't think I'm never gonna stop writing songs, even if maybe hindi ko na-release. But I am a singer and I'm a songwriter. So if I stop writing songs, di parang ang ibon na hindi na pinalipad. Parang ganon. I mean, it's a part of me. That's how I was wired to create songs. I was wired to sing. So, kung wala man nakikinig, gagawin ko pa rin. Parang ganon. Alam mo yon? Kasi, ano ba? Kailan nga ba? Parang meron bang limit? Hindi ko alam. Parang ganon. Feeling
ko, alam mo yung, we've mentioned so many times how our art is in service of others. But to be fair, I think it's really in service of ourselves.
Also, yeah,
Because at the end of the day, we remove every single person listening to us.
You
And
would want to do it.
I'm just saying as a...
Oo, di ba?
Parang siguro, in a way, no? Service siya of others because by chance, someone had the same voice.
Sila. Oo.
Or like they could relate or you gave someone a voice by accident. But ultimately, it's giving ourselves a voice. Because we all talk differently. So I think, and us musicians, we're wired to speak this way. So weird. Like, what they say when it's Disney. You break in song while doing this dishwasher, and it's true. It's like, in a different way. Minsan rock and roll, pero like, alam mo yun, parang wala lang. Parang we are lucky that we get to talk to ourselves. Alam mo yun? Like, after going through therapy before, like, I valued the perspective of how you know how to talk to yourself. That's one thing you have to learn, diba? Like, be with yourself. Sit
Kahit
with your
mukha kang
feelings.
baliw, no?
Oo. Pero,
Okay lang yan.
pero at least, diba, kunwari, artist ka, joke. Damo issues, pero isipin mo, diba, Acel, parang, prayer is one way to talk to yourself and talk to God and realign, diba? But, music is another level din. Like, it's a different path of talking to yourself. I always believe that melody is a different language. Like, it's like a second tone. It's like you're multilingual and alam mo yung mga words and sentences that you can't say in purely English or purely Filipino. Like, may mga moments na kailangan Filipino talaga, tapos may mga moments na kailangan English or may cantos lang or may merge or like,
Colloquial,
alam mo yun? Alam mo yun, colloquial, yes.
Ayun,
Sa music,
lang.
ganun din. Diba? May mga things and feelings na hindi talaga siya kaya sabihin any other way. There's no way. There's no way other than music. At least for some people. And siguro nga, we're born with a curse and because apparently, for others, they could just say it. For us, we have to sing it. We have to make it whole. We have to put layers to it. And then we have to spend so that we could say our piece. The joke lang. So it adds a whole lot more. But then when artists, musicians deliver, they really deliver. Like, it's a whole depth of longevity. Alam mo yun? Like, the feelings and the message go on for a longer time because of the work that goes into it. So, yun lang. Parang feeling ko, music is in service of ourselves and a way to communicate with ourselves and ourselves and
process. Parang way of
process our
process.
emotions. Nakarelate din pala ako kay Davey kanina. Yung sabi niya na pinapamarinate niya. Pinapamarinate niya. Totoo yun eh. Minsan. Kasi you have to live through life to finish a song sometimes. Like, it starts with a song and a concept, but you finish it by living the actual thing and finding out what happens at the end. And, like, alam mo yun, ako, like, a lot of my songs 5 years ago. Like, when I talk about it, I could say it matter of fact because it's done. This was the story and it's done. Because the first 5 years it was with me, it's talking to myself. It's me sitting with myself for a long, long while. And then when you start to release it, that's the time that, hey, if anyone out there feels the same way, I've processed mine. Let's process yours. Ako kaya hindi lahat ng songs ko, like what, I have 30, diba? Kasi ilan lang nandyan, 5. Well, other than budget constraints. Yun. Parang, am I ready to talk about it? Am I ready if someone asks me what it was about? And for Davey, it's like, it's been there for a while before siya nag-propose, diba? Siguro, tinanong niya muna sa sarili niya, handa na ba ako?
Handa ka na. Kaya niya sinulat yun.
Diba?
Handa na.
Tapos, he went through it.
Niya
He went through a concrete move na handa na siya. And then after, pinrocess niya yun. So, what is a Davey Langit when he's ready to commit? Diba? And then, when he shared it, he's gone through the process already and has transitioned already to a whole new person in a new chapter. And buo na yung kanta. Tapos na yung storya. Hindi matapos, pero alam mo yun, tapos na yung processing of that specific question. So, napakaganda kasi may mga things na, ayun, we're blessed that we have music to ride with us through a journey. Can you imagine, Acel, diba? Parang, you have a song in mind and while you're going through life, you build it. You write the song with your life. It's like, so beautiful. So, ayun. That's how I feel about this whole thing. I'm so sorry, Hil. Emotional na naman kami.
Para 2 hours na
kami.
tayo. Medyo 2 hours
Kaya
na tayo pala.
Like,
no? Wala na.
10 part.
Sorry po.
Song in focus,
Dapat
part
1 hour
10.
lang kami. Dapat 30 minutes lang to.
Pero ang ganda kasi. So, ang ganda ng topic. So, yan. Okay, so, we do the plug. You know what, Hil? Gusto mo, kasi usually, we plug ourselves. Tapos, we promote ourselves and where to follow. So, where can they follow you? Bilang ikasang focus sessioner today. So, where can they follow you, Hil?
Well, nowhere really.
You don't have an Instagram?
I'm not really
It's
active
private.
on social media.
Okay.
Not really private, but I've taken a step back since the pandemic
Sige.
from like social media.
Let's respect your privacy. Ganyan. Sige, kami na lang magpa-plug. So,
Yes, go ahead.
again, just search me. It's Denice Lau on Instagram. DENICELAO on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, and all. Ikaw, Acel.
Yeah, ano ba? Instagram, Acel B7 Omen, and YouTube, Acel Music. So, yung mga music videos ko nandun lahat. And please do follow me sa Spotify so that you'll be notified if I ever release a song. And I'm sure I'm gonna be releasing naman. Yun ang goal. Yun ang goal.
Yes.
Mag-release. Actually, yun. Mag-release ako this end of itong quarter na to. So, yun. Acel.
Same.
ACEL.
Lagi tayong sabay.
ACEL. Oh. ACL.
Yeah. Ako
That's
rin,
it, Pansit.
original music. Yes. And Song and Focus, don't forget. At Song and Focus, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you to everyone who has been following us. Like,
And book nyo
so
ako.
we
Book
have
nyo na ako. Sabi nga ni
10,000.
Davey. Sabi
i-book
ni
niyo
Davey,
si Acel.
i-book nyo ako. Sa Christmas party.
As endorsed by Davey Langit.
Christmas
Yun.
party.
Yun, thank you to everyone who's been following us and listening to our show. So we have what, 10,000 Spotify
thank you,
listeners pala.
sifters. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you. And on YouTube, we will be uploading, or we're uploading. Depende kung ganito lalabas, season 1. So we're in the works. And yun, I hope to see you guys on wherever we are. And follow our personal original music dahil nakita niyo naman yung feelings namin ni Acel, di ba? So, ayun. Salamat po sa pakikinig sa mga likha namin, including Song and Focus and other things. Ayun. Again, thank you and see you on the next episode, guys. Bye. Mag-bye ka nga, Hil. Maganda ba yung bye mo? Bye.
Ayan. Okay.
Okay.
That's it,
Thanks,
Pansit.
Acel.
Thank you,
Ayun.
Dad.
Thank
So,
you.
ano na,